All right, here we go. This is how I winterize the vehicle for being up here in New York. A couple things that you're going to need. Last year I used about 2 gallons of antifreeze. I have this little connector that I hook up to the black tank, the fresh water tank, the gray tank to blow everything out as much as possible. Leave no water anywhere in the system. I got this Greenworks air compressor on Amazon, works great. I use it, fill up the tires. It'll fill up the mattresses covers that I use inside. Then I have this little pump, handheld, that I use to pump in the antifreeze into the other tanks. Just putting a little bit on the bottom just in case there is any water residue left over. Basically what I'm going to do now, I've already been to the drop site. I've already emptied all the tanks. I just put some fresh water in there just in case. I cleaned everything out already. I'm going to throw this on just to make sure anything else is in there. I do have some gray water left in the system. I know that. That's just some leftover water that I put down the black tank to make sure it is clean at the bottom. Try and clean everything out as much as possible. I don't want to leave any residue in there over the winter. And our gray tank is going to empty. I use this out here as the lowest point in the system to drain out whatever is left in the fresh tank before I start blowing everything out. Water pump is on currently. I'll use this to make sure everything is out. When I do hook up the kit here to the water lines, I'll do the fresh tank first. You can follow very simply along. Make sure you don't put too much pressure into the system. Otherwise, you don't want to blow in a line. Pretty simple. I can control the pressure by that red valve that's on there. As you can see, most of the water is out. But you're still going to get some residual left over. Even after I turn the water pumps off, you're still going to get some residual water left in there. A little bits left here and there. So what I'll do now is obviously shut all the valves down, black water, gray water valves off, make sure nothing else is in there. A little bit's not bad because I'm going to put a little antifreeze in the bottom anyway. I'm going to walk around and make sure I have the system turned off. For the water pump, that is now off. I'm going to open up all the sinks in here. Make sure we get all the water out. As you can see, there's still a little water in there even though the water pumps are off. And we'll take a walk back out, start hooking things up outside here. Unfortunately, we get landscapers, so sorry if it's a little noisy. Put the phone down over here for a minute. Hopefully you can watch. That's not gonna stay. Guess I'm just not as good as Carl at these videos here. I've set my dial here, turn this on, just start putting some pressure into the system, a little bit at a time. Let it start blowing out the air. See a little water still coming out. do now is I'm going to walk back inside. I'm going to shut off the tank sinks for each one, and I'll use the lowest level to make sure all the water is out. We got no more water coming out of here, which is positive. No more water coming out of here. Let's check the toilet, make sure. No more water running down the toilet, so that fresh tank is definitely empty. This takes a lot of walking. Okay, hook this up back one more time just to make sure. Hold on a second, let's see if I can reverse this camera.